Hey, hey, hey. How y'all doing on this Wednesday? Come on in, come on in. Today is October the 30th, 2024, and it is actually 9:38 a.m. Central Time. I began to make some videos last night and I posted them. And then I said, oh, I did that too late. That's not a good time. Even though my analytics say that was a good time to post, it really wasn't. So I took it down and I reposted this morning. So please, you guys, go ahead and check out those two short forms from this morning and two long forms. It's pretty much the same thing on the shorts as it is on the long, but of course, it speaks for itself. Long version is going to give you a longer version to give you more information about what the video was talking about. I never quite really set up here and made a video or went live talking about my life. I gave y'all little stories about things in my life, like the passing of my daughter. I haven't redone that story in a while. But when I first got this page and I first started shooting long form, and it took me a long time struggling with what my long form content be about. Because it most definitely could not, in my opinion, be about dance. Because am not in shape enough to do any type of dance information other than collabs, but like I did today of showing old videos, old photos of what I used to do or what I recently did in these past months and put it together and do a voiceover or something. Or some music that they would allow because you can't really use any music, any type of music. You have to use only selected music, which won't get you a copyright. And so I wasn't interested in doing dance like that. But yeah, like I said, I'll put together a collage of videos of me dancing and then I'll do a voiceover to make it long form video. I'm good with that. So I decided to start telling stories about my life and what was my life affected by, especially in the past recent years, which was the loss of my daughter, the loss of my mom, the loss of my friend, the loss of my nephew, just losing, loss after loss after loss. In our life, I'm not the only one experienced this. There are many parents out here I've seen talk about losing their children, especially within this past 4 years. So many of our children, whether they were 16 or whether they was 26 or 32, we have been losing them to fentanyl. We've been losing them to DV. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So today I decided to just come up here and let y'all get to know me. Y'all know about some things that happened to me, things I experienced. But I want y'all to get to know me because there's a lot of people out here that think that when they see you live, especially people that don't like you or think negative of you, first of all, it's already hard being a black older woman on social media, especially if you don't meet the requirements of what they call beautiful or a nice shape. You know, so as you get older, you kind of lose those things, even though you can still be in good shape for your age. And there's many of us out here that fit that. But I am not in denial. I'm 58, and now I need to do way more than what I'm doing, and probably way more than the average person who's younger than me to stay in shape. But at the same time, I don't really think that's true when it comes to just because you're younger, you need to start when you're younger. My dance instructor slash mentor always told us to take care of ourselves. Don't do this. Always stretch out, warm up before you dance. Blah, blah, blah. Don't act like this. When you go here, do this. Be able to do this. And she was just teaching us about life lessons, especially as a performer. When people are watching you, you're doing shows here, you're doing shows over there. You've been shows in this city. You went all the way to this college, university. You in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You at your job, wherever it is, you around kids in the community and they watching you. People are always watching you, no matter what you do. You don't think they watching you, but they watching you. And we listen, but we didn't really take that. You know, we 20 something. We listening and we loving dancing. We in this organization. We in her dance ensemble, and we get paid for little shows. Not in the beginning though. You know, it was more like apprentice, like learning from her. And she taught me everything I know today about dance performance and how to put on performance and how to do the staging of it and the counting and You know what I'm saying? Being able to explain it to the audience. And that's why I was so successful of having my own youth dance organization. And I just expanded it to adults to join. Why not? Kids come from who? They come from a parent. Parent is what? Adult. A lot of adults like to dance, used to dance. I don't know why they think when they get 30, 40 years old that it's over. It's only over because you stop. There are many people still dancing and performing and getting paid that's well into their 50s, still teaching in their 60s. Okay? So, with that being said, let me start off by saying I am Ready Rocks Dancing, also known as Dancing and Talking Shit, aka Roxanne Leffert. That's who I am. I am a 58-year-old grandmother of 5, mother of 2. One of my daughters passed. The daughter that passed had 5 kids, and that's who I am taking care of, my 5 grandkids. Okay. I am a Virgo woman. I am born September 11, 1966. My childhood was decent. It was okay. It wasn't the best. There was some lonely days. I had tears. I had fears. I was the only girl of 4 boys. But only one of the boys is older than me, and the other 3 is younger than me. I was very independent, very strong, teenager, mouthy. Uh, I was very hard to please and hard to get along with, not because I started stuff and was arguing with people, but because I didn't really even talk to people like that. I had selected people I would let in my life that I would talk to, especially as I got older when it became to intimacy. I didn't trust it. I watched my mom. I watched my aunties. I watched TV. I watched the neighbors. And I seen what they was going through. I said, I want no goddamn parts of that. Especially from black men. When I say black men, I'm talking about colored skin. Like, everybody I was around was black. That was just the community I came from. I come from black family. But I'm talking about a black, dark skinned man. I had problems with that because watching my stepfather and my mom, and I just felt like he was evil. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're a kid, you see things differently as you get older, and if you get wiser, and you have empathy, and you have a heart, and you have understanding of the world and people in it, your outlook kind of changed a little bit. So yeah, as a teenager, I felt like my stepfather was evil. He was mean. He just wasn't right. But when I look back, he never did anything to me. He whooped me one time as a child. I might have been 8 years old, 9 maybe. But that was it. That one whooping, the backstory on that is something crazy. I think he whooped me more out of fear than anything because he could have gotten in trouble. My mother could have gotten in trouble. We was home by ourselves at that young age. And we really weren't supposed to be. But, back in them days, in the 70s and the early 80s, we were latchkey kids. Even with my grandmother, we stayed with her. She went to work every morning, left out 5-something in the morning. We had to get out and go to school and then come back with that key. You know what I'm saying? I look back on that like, how did we survive? And you talking about there's not a creator heaven and earth. Somebody's watching out for us. Because I remember many strangers. I remember being chased. My brother and his friend Tracy was throwing rock at this man garage or something. He got in this truck and appeared to be chasing us. I was so scared. I remember people walking up to us trying to get us to come with them, trying to give us candy and nickels and stuff. Because back then, the nickel bag, you can go into the lunchroom and get you a lunchroom cookie. Them good old butter cookies, them peanut butter cookies, yeah, them big fat, like size of your palm cookies. Yeah, I'm telling my age. I'm older. I am not old. I'm getting there. And I'm so grateful to be getting there. How people ain't going to wake up today or didn't wake up today or tomorrow. You don't know when your time coming. And that's a lot of stuff that been going on social media these past 3 years that I noticed. There's a lot of stigma and disrespect for the elders. Unless we doing something funny and build a big platform and cussing folks out. That's the only way, oh, she's so funny. She's great. That's a reality in a lot of black families. We always got that auntie, that mother, that grandma, that crazy auntie. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I don't feel like nothing wrong with that. That's just a part of how we were raised, things we went through and go through. So now with that being said, I started dancing when I was like 14. Now, I'm not talking about as a kid. Like when you get together with your family and all your cousins come over, y'all doing the Soul Train line and everybody, in the contest, and you always win. Me and my cousin Charles always won the dance contest, and then Sean sometime too. We were all like around the same age, maybe a year or two apart from each other. And my mother had a bunch of sisters, like 7 sisters, and mostly all their kids was together, stuff like that. That's why, I have a big family. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, we was always together because when she come around, everybody wanted to be around Big Mama, even though she might cuss people out or, you know what I'm saying? She was just a strong, overweight, heavy, tall woman too. She was very bold. She had her own hair salon. That's where I get that from. Her and her daughters, my mother included, they all used to work at the salon together. My mom went to hair school. She didn't finish, but she continued to be a shampoo girl. I couldn't even get my license till I got like on my 40s because when I moved to Bloomington, I had ample opportunity and didn't have to worry about going to work like that, so I could focus on school. But when I was in Chicago, there wasn't no going no hair school for 8 hours a day for a year or however long you had to go while working an 8-hour job to pay bills to take care of your family. That just wasn't possible for me, so I didn't do it then. Anyway, I'm grateful I was able to go in 2005, graduated 2006. They taught me some things, of course, I didn't know because it's a science to this hair thing, when you're using chemicals and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. But when it came down to the natural hair care, like the weave, sewing in, and the braiding part, I actually got up and taught the class a couple of days. I didn't mind either. But anyway, that's another story. I'm basically here just to get y'all and get the gist of who I am and why I am here today, other than the fact the Creator woke me up and want me here. My purpose is not done. But I'm here on this social media platform because, as you all see, you go look at my videos and you've been watching me these past few months or a year, whatever. You see that I mostly dance. I dance and I talk shit. At first, I was just dancing because I began this healing journey from losing my daughter. Not to mention my mom 10 months prior to that. Of course, losing mom was a little bit more easy or different, as you may say. I wouldn't say easier, but it was different, being that my mom was over 70 something. It was hard because I watched her take her last breath. It was hard because I watched her cry many a days before that, saying she didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Those different things, and not being able to go to the casino with her no more, go play slots or sit here and drink wine and listen to the old songs and watch YouTube with her. Those things make it really hard. Really, really hard. And then to lose my daughter, like I said, 10 months after my mom and not being in a good marriage. We was already not getting along when my mom and daughter was alive. And we were all still, kicking the bobos, trying to make it do what it do. And then it got down so bad after my mom passed away, it just got real ugly. So me and my daughter made up our mind, we going to save our money, we going to leave, we're going to be up out of here. We even set a date, an estimated date for us to be gone. But then she passed away. So, of course, I still wanted to move. Yes, I did. I was even looking, but that was around the time when they started talking about making 3 times the rent and 4 times the rent. And, I didn't want to just go no anywhere. I wasn't just trying to get away from this house or get away from Tony so bad that I was wanting to just take anything in Chicago with 5 grandkids, one being a teenage boy who other boys are going to challenge just because they don't know him. He was being challenged as a 4th grader coming out here from Bloomington. Bloomington is a whole nother environment. The mindset is different. The family structure is different. Of course, it's all kinds all over the world, no matter what city you live in. And people say it's bad everywhere. Yeah, it's bad everywhere. But if that's the mindset to have, then if you a Bible believer, if you believe in God, you believe in the Word of God. Now tell me, didn't the Creator have enough told Mary and Joseph to flee when they got from one place? They was at some place, and he told them that such was coming because they was coming to do something to Jesus as a baby. Didn't he tell them to go? He didn't say stand here and just pray and make sure just rely on me to keep you covered. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the same way when it comes to that. So if every place things happen, and it does. So like, for example, just what I mean. We used to get into it so bad, me and my husband, Tony, and his family, his mom, rather. We used to have these debates about me saying Bloomington is better than out here or in Chicago. They always think they want to say it's bad everywhere. I mean, we used to almost have some knockdown, drag out fights about it for the first 3 months of me being down here. And they felt like, I wasn't grateful, or I felt like, I wasn't happy. And when the people look at you as somebody coming from one place to another, even though I'm from Chicago, I hadn't been down here in 12 years, even though I moved to the suburb of Chicago, it ain't that much different. I was trying to get them to understand. Yeah, it's better than being in certain hoods in Chicago, because there's some good blocks in Chicago too. But overall, you got to get around. You still got to go to or fro, whether you in a car or not. It don't matter. People be sitting in their cars in Chicago and get shot up, and don't have nothing to do with no street life. So I was trying to tell them that it's all kind of crime in different locations. Like in Bloomington, most of the crimes at that time, when I was there, was like personal crimes, crimes of passion, DV. Like, for example, it was a lady who was a lawyer, and they found her in her place of work when she owned this office and do her business at. And they found her unalive. And of course, if it had been out here, they would have been doing a regular investigation. We always try to see what was going on with that person, who was she with, who she dated, she had any problem, enemies. But a lot of times they would have been thinking it was a robbery just because we was in this area. But then they did their investigation. Come to find out, it was the husband did. So those are the type of crimes that was happening out there. Like another man, the lady didn't want her no more, and he unalived her and sat there and waited on the police. Another guy, his wife didn't want him no more, a girlfriend, whoever she was. No disrespect, but I just can't remember. And they lived like around the corner from me. I used to do his roommate's hair. That's how I know this story. And after so long of her not changing her mind, he unalived himself. Those are the type of crimes that happen out there. As opposed to out here, you walk to the corner, you might watch a drive-by. You might get involved in the rob. You might get carjacked. You might get robbed, carjacked, and unalived. That's what I'm talking about. They didn't want to hear that. So we used to get into it, but we stopped having those conversations a long time ago. I made a mistake by coming down here. I did. I've told that story a little bit here and there, and y'all might have caught it. But if you guys have not heard certain stories from me, like story about me meeting Tupac, story about my daughter passed away, you're going to have to go down a rabbit hole, because every now and then I'll touch on it. I might even redo a whole new series since I got a whole new following now, because when I first got on this app, I didn't have nobody, and I ain't getting hardly no views on them. So if y'all want to go to my videos and just scroll down till you get to the first ones and see what I was talking about, because I went through them, and it's not a whole lot from the beginning. It's more so now because every day I'm active now. Now I'm monetized. I'm on here every day trying to post 2 or 3 long form videos and shorts. But if you're not interested in me just doing a whole new series about that, get in the comments and let me know. Just give me a red heart, or say just say story time. We'll do it like that. Just put in the comments story time. That'll let me know that y'all interested in me telling that story. And it might have to be a part 1, part 2, part 3, like I did before. Or if you're just bored and ain't got nothing to do, you sipping on wine, ain't nothing on TV, go on down the rabbit hole and let me know and make comments on it so I can get the notification eventually and come check you out. So that being said, now I got here because of the death of my daughter, which was right after my mom. And 6 months later, I find myself still just sitting here, but trying to feel normal. I'm looking through the TV. I'm looking through the wall. I'm looking through the kids. I'm feeling nervous to even get up and go use the bathroom. My stomach is just them butterfly feeling. That feeling when I walk down to the corner, my daughter be here. Especially in the beginning, we stayed together a lot because we needed each other so bad. Now, she didn't live with me. She lived with her boyfriend not too far away. But when this happened to my other daughter, of course she's going to be here. We need each other. We crying together. We trying to figure it out. We making a funeral arrangements. She would go to do that for me and go to the store for me or whatever. But when I went out to the store on my own, I would feel like so nervous, like somebody following me, going to do something to me. Because I know and feel like in my heart that she was unalive, that something was done to her. Somebody made her do what she did in order to be unalive. It wasn't just because of fentanyl. Just because when y'all hear somebody say they OD'd off fentanyl, don't always think that they willingly did that, or even was just got something, didn't know it was bad, and the person who gave it to them didn't know it was bad. Sometimes folks know it's bad and will do it to you on purpose. One of my friends was found unalive in the alley. They did something to him and left him in the alley. and make it look like it was just the OD. It ain't always what it looked like, and that's the bad thing about being in that light, because no one will really take you seriously, and they don't have no respect for the dead once they find them like that. Because they ain't solved my daughter case yet. They didn't come look for me. They didn't do nothing they were supposed to. But then again, keep in mind, I'm out here right next to Dalton, Illinois. So need I say more? And if y'all that don't know what I'm talking about, just go to the search box of YouTube and put in Dalton, Illinois, and all kind of stuff gonna pop up. So I'm gonna leave that alone right there. So as I got started on TikTok, that's why I mainly started it. I started on TikTok in 2021, October to be exact, which was 6 months after my daughter passed. I began to slowly just post little videos like I did today. When y'all see them little pictures of the dance, I would post little pictures and put the sound to them. I didn't have a lot of videos of me dancing, but what I did have, I posted that. And it took a while because I'm fat than I am now. I'm stiff. I haven't been moving or nothing. I've been depressed. So for me to get up and actually try to dance, I had to start off by doing duets and watching, trying to fill out these dance trends and what people are doing and what's really popular. And before I could really express myself to be the dancer I am, and the dancer, that I used to really be, like with the old school dancing and self-expression and modern dance, African dance, all that good stuff. So slowly but surely I started doing. I built up my platform. I got monetized, and then I got shadow banned. So I never was able to really grow to the point where I got like a big platform. I could never get past 22K. I'm still at 22K. Been at 22K for almost 2 years. So I just pretty much use the platform to like support other people, get information, see what's popping and trending, what's in the news, what happened, who shot John, the hurricane, and World War III information, all that stuff, as well as make my videos to bring over here. I love making my videos on TikTok. They offer so much variety. And now that I know how to save without having them watermarks, that's even better. I hope y'all really listening to this video. I hope I ain't just sitting here talking to myself and y'all just pretty much come and like it and then go away. I'm trying to let y'all get to know me today. I'm trying to let, whether it's somebody from the Peach Patch or a new person scrolling and happen to see the video, or after you see somebody so many times, you pretty much pass their content. You don't really stop. Not even just say on purpose like you're doing. It's just you be scrolling and you see them and you just keep going. And then you see them again, you keep going. Then you say, well, let me stop and see what's going on. Because this person is just keep on, being on my timeline. I keep scrolling past. Let me just take time out to really see what they about. Let me show some support and see if I like this person and then subscribe or whatever. You just never know how it go. But I could say this journey of healing through dance has been very lonely. It's been a very lonely journey. It only began to get better as I kept going, because nobody knows when you up there dancing. All they see is an old lady, an older chunky lady dancing, and just like, oh, okay, for her to be older, she can dance pretty good. She move pretty good, or it may look funny to some people. They don't know why you up there doing what you're doing. They might think you crazy, because it seems like we are odd people. We look on the outside first before we get to know the inside. And then they get to making fun of you, whose grandma's this, that, and the third. That never bothered me. I never really had problems with trolls like that. It's always been one or two here and there. That's just the way it go in life. And that didn't hurt my feelings. Not to mention, if y'all don't know, now you know. I got thick skin. I can go with the best of them. It's just that in my older age, who's with that? Nobody want to be in that. I wasn't no drama type person fighting and all kind of shenanigans, foul shit, drama. When I was in my 20s and the teens, I never did that. I was always about my business. So I'm going to dance. We're going to drink my wine. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to eat, and that's it. I never was around a bunch of people at the same time all the time. It have to be something special going on. Like, oh, this weekend is popping. Oh, such birthday. Oh, okay. Well, before we go out, we're going anyway. We can just stop by and have a drink. I'm not that person who always had people in my house around my kids. Me and my girl, yeah. Me and my couple of my girls, yeah, but for the most part, it was just been me and my kids. Not no men up in there like that, not no bunch of men, no way. They might have seen me really kick it with a man maybe 3 times, like on a regular basis, not just like, oh, this man, I never see him again. Oh, it's another man, I ain't gonna never see him again. Oh, there's another. No, I'm talking about when they see me with a man, it might have been 3 different relationships throughout their whole life. That's what I'm trying to say. Whether it lasts 6 months or 7 years or 2, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all got any questions about anything I post or my life or my daughter situation, my husband situation. Most of y'all know it. And I don't really dig deep, no deep dive into that marriage bullshit because I just give y'all the facts and I make fun about it because thank God I'm at the point and been at the point for a very long time in this relationship slash marriage that I don't care about that. That's not a factor for me. That's not a oh shit, my little bean bag. That's not a bad thing for me when it comes to life. I mean, of course, in any marriage, it's always bad when it doesn't work out. We always look at that as, oh, I'm so sorry that didn't work out for you, or it's not working out. Maybe you guys can take it to the altar, try to get some therapy. People are always trying to help you make your marriage last and see if you can fix it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to say, or don't say nothing. You might can think it to yourself, or if you know the situation deep enough, then you can say, but you can't really speak on stuff like that. And that's why a lot of people don't get in the comments when I make the videos about that. They might kiki it up and, take the joke out of, from it and enjoy the joke of it. But if I was to be seriously on here crying about my marriage, on most of the things y'all would say is, oh, I'm going to pray for you. You know what I'm saying? And even somebody even told me I shouldn't even talk about my marriage on here. But I don't value that marriage. I would value Tony more as a human being than I would the marriage if he wasn't like he was. And he has been getting better. And the only reason why I can say that because he be quiet. That don't mean he better. He just more low key with it. Is he feel the same way? He doing the same stuff. He think the same way. He gonna do what he gonna do regardless. It's just that he's more quiet about it and not all in my face with it, not drunk in my face, crying and whining, trying to argue and fight. And I appreciate that because I would hate to have to kick his ass in here on any given day. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much long. I just want to try to give y'all just a little snippet because I'll be here all day trying to really tell my life story. I'm just trying to let y'all get to know me. And with that being said, that's why I made those videos. I need y'all to go really watch those videos to get the gist of my dance uh, my dance throwback memories I was sharing with y'all. They mean a lot to me, especially since my daughter that passed away is involved in that, was involved in it, always been dancing with me. Um, it's just so much I could say, y'all. I could be on here forever. But I'm looking forward to the Red Live this Friday. So as y'all may know, some of you don't know, I did invite the Peach Patch. I don't know if they're gonna show up. Because they sure been showing up in the comments, baby. They love to believe that you can't have no content without talking about Peach McIntyre. I have content. It's not my fault that the algorithm, or you guys, not you, but you guys as the audience, as subscribers, as people scrolling on YouTube don't seem to care or see it because it maybe not be in the algorithm, or you keep passing it back because it doesn't seem interesting to you. But I know I'm interested. It's just that I may not be valued by a person on the outside looking in, looking at me if they see me, if they know who I am, whose content this is. Oh, I know who channel this is. Oh, let me keep going. They're not valuing us. But if I was some young thing, it'd be different if I was much younger and I had hair flowing down my back, especially if I had a certain skin type, the skin color. You know what I'm saying? If I was just sitting there blowing a kiss in slow motion with my hair blowing in the wind for 15 seconds to a sound, whether it was trending or not, I might get more than 1 million views. That's just the way of the world. And I'm cool with that. I don't care what's meant for me and my grandkids going to be, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen. I'm going to keep showing up here as long as I am able to. And I'm grateful for that. And I don't take that for granted. Of course, I want to make a lot of money. As many months as I can. I want it to grow and grow and grow so I can stack it and give it to my grandkids. Even if the house don't happen, the money will be stacking. And God forbid if I pass away in the next 5, 10, 15 years and the house ain't came yet, the money will still be there. Something for them. I want to be able to take care of them so they can flourish as teens, as young kids into adulthood. So by the time I am out of here and the time they are old enough to take care of themselves, they will have learned and be able to get all the resources they need and learn how to have discernment and eyes and ears to hear and see, so they won't have to face a lot of things that they would normally have to, as if no one ever taught them. We're not teaching our kids. We send them to school to be taught how to think what they want to think, but not how to be a thinker and a doer and a learner and have discernment and understanding. Because a lot of that will stop all of us in our tracks when it comes to meeting certain people. We will identify when we see it. We'll see the red flags. We act on that. We wouldn't take it for granted and brush it under the rug like, oh, that don't mean nothing. But we're not being taught how to think. We're being taught what to think. Do this. And from this age or that age, you should do this. And from this and that, you should do this. And then you graduate middle school, and then you go to high school, and then you should do this. And the next thing to do is go to community college or FBCU college or whatever. It's just a certain way they ordain and condition our mind to be, you know what I'm saying? Because that's accepted, and you don't want to be outside the box. You don't want to be looked at as strange. You want to do what everybody else is doing. And that's not teaching you how to think. That's teaching you what to think. You're being conditioned. All those things help. And you got to understand how the world works. But at the same time, you got to do your due diligence and do everything. And I mean, as much as you can to know how to be a thinker, how to invest, what to think, how to know the signs, and know it's not cool to be a 16-year-old kissing on a boy. It's normal to like a boy. It's normal if you're a girl who like girls, I guess, if that's what, inside of you. Whether I agree with it or not, ain't the point. The point is we just pushed up. Things are being pushed on us. They are conditioning us to make it normalized to do this and think this way. And it's a bunch of lies and it's a bunch of deceit and it's dangerous. And that's why a lot of us grow up and end up on these drugs, and end up alcohol, end up pregnant, end up being DV and in bad relationships and can't make it out of, because we weren't taught. We so busy trying to be like everybody else, thinking like they want us to think, doing what they want us to do. Smoke the cigarette, smoke the weed. Don't, you was lame, you was square. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I got plenty of time, God willing, that I could come back and just always talk to y'all. Y'all can always talk to me. You want to hear? You want me to text you? You want me to call you? Email me. I'm that person. Okay, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I ain't always right. I ain't gonna always say things in the right way. Sometimes I'm gonna use cuss words more than they're gonna roll off my tongue a little bit more than just an average cuss word here and there. Sometimes I'm gonna have a whole slew of them. I try not to make a habit of that. But when I'm live and I'm drinking and I'm thinking and I'm feeling, it might come out any type of way. So if I'm offended anybody, I apologize in advance. And I am trying to do better, but I am human at the same time. I've been praying every day. I'm even trying to pick up my Bible to read just a scripture. So if y'all can pray for me as I'm praying for you, genuine prayers, I appreciate you. I love y'all. And I hope you have the best day. The weekend is coming up. I want the best for y'all. Everybody trying to be monetized. I made that community wall. Let's go. Let's support each other. I mean, subscribe first. And then you go down that list that I made for everybody to actually put a heart in the comments. And when they say let's go, that means get in the comments and then follow everybody in the comments. I don't want to just come out and say and type it on everything. I want my right hand know my left hand doing, but my people, my rocks, my foundation, my loves, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's get on board. And then as you go down that list, you visit them pages and support that channel. But right now, yeah, we need the subscribers and we need the engagement. So if all you're doing is going down the list and you subscribe to 5-10 channels, by the end of that day or the next day, maybe the weekend, depending on what day it is. Today, Wednesday, by the weekend, on Sunday or something, go down that list and just go look at a couple of shorts and a couple of videos, if they got any. And the people that's getting the subscribers, talking about you don't know, you thinking about getting your page off the ground, but you don't really know, make you a video, long form video, introducing yourself and make a short out of that video. That's something to get you started. That way, people that is subscribing to you, see you got something. getting to know you a little bit and heart and going in and comment and let you know I'm here, and then you go back to their page and do the same thing. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday. And don't forget to go watch them videos and let me know what y'all think about.